So let's start. Today, the round number 1, game between Emmanuel Faubry against Matthew Cable. So this is okay. Yeah, that's fine. Overall, I like a bit more white, but I don't think it's just because I don't like these exchanges with no clear purpose, but overall it's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe here taking the corner would be easier overall to play something like this. Let's say here. I think just that shape, it makes top shape some kind of not ideal, so I would go with that one. This one is also okay, but I think here this one is never a move. I think you always extend, like extend and afterwards you hane. This is a combo. Very difficult to block. Like if you block, in theory you can even play like this, which is already okay. I think you can even play like this. It should be also okay. This, and try to leave. For example, white shape is also not good. So most of the times you will see something like this, and then you can attach. And this is more or less a joseki. I think black is okay. Something like here, and we try to make shape here or play something more flexible. You know, even this one should be okay. This way white is happy. White is clearly happy just by like having this. This way white gets really a lot. I mean, you can even play greedy one. This is also okay. It's not so easy to cut here. Right now there is a ladder, otherwise you can later get, for example, turn. I think in nearest future you can get it. So this way, I don't think black would play there, then you can get turn. And that's also possible. I would probably play like this. Yeah, black cuts, that's not bad. This one is good. Yeah, this is also okay. I don't know, maybe just usually in this situation, this or this is the key move. Even though this one looks better, you push your group A on the weak stone at B. So this way, you just make the stone at B weaker. So I would rather play something else. Also, I think that you're kind of happy here to run. I mean, that Moya kind of becomes a problem on top, but as far as you are putting a lot of pressure on this stone, like that Moyo after stone at B, it's not that really scary. So I would rather run. And like this, I think white is happy to just capture these two stones. Just when these two stones are dead, I think white position is kind of fine. So I think the invasion by itself, like decision, was wrong here. You just need to run. And if it's like this, then you just run, and I'm not sure who is the target here and who is attacking. Okay. This is good move. This is also fine. This is good. This Kosumi looks strange, but okay. No, that's fine. Another big move. I don't like the attach on the bottom. I think you can do the same just without attach. If you want to play here, this is not bad. This attach helps. For example, if you go the same way, maybe now it would be a bit more difficult. I don't know. It feels like it should be. And here I'm afraid that really black can go hardcore and try to kill it all. Or at least you can connect, for example. The group is not alive. This you can extend. And I think here white have problems. I'm not sure group is dead, but feels like white is not successful. So I wouldn't exchange this. Yeah. And basically this is what happens. But for this, I think this would be way more powerful. And now this is not even an option, I feel. After this, okay. I feel like this was kind of slack. Probably just defending here. Yeah, white will leave. But by itself, white is alive with not a lot of points. You get a lot of center moves. So I think this is okay. This way, white is alive with a strong shape. So I'm not really liking this that much. Okay. Hi, Panther. That's fine. I think people will join. In any case, there would be a video afterwards. So I think that's also okay. Yeah. So that's fine. I mean, white has a lot of points. Like this is a wall, more or less. It's kind of connected. Black is relatively strong. I mean, I'm just thinking maybe it's okay to think about some compromises. For example, like this. This is, looks like a compromise, or like this, for example, and try to finish this somehow. Maybe like this. Try to go for this kind of compromise. I think this is the solution because I had this in my games, and this is already okay. If you play like this, that's fine, or maybe even Atari. If you think even this is might be better. So this is already okay, and usually black doesn't have a choice. By the way, you can even exchange, I guess. Then it's a bit better to have this 3 or 4. Yeah, like this, I think white really has a problems here with two groups. Yeah, that's good. And here it feels like everything is falling apart for white. Yeah, that's fine. I think maybe this one is better. I don't think white is happy with this. So this is like kind of overish combination or like this. That feels really, really difficult. This way, this way it also looks bad, but I mean, it's not over, let's say, like in before. Yeah, and this one, I don't think you ever live with this move. There is two ways how to live. And you always, when you live, you need always to start to live in a way that you have more points. I don't know what was in your mind, but I think it's always here. You always try to live like this. Then if you're still afraid, I mean, this should be the next move, for example. This way it's alive and everything is fine. I don't think this is even center. I think even now white is alive. So this is like very strange move, I would say. And yeah, black, in theory, white is not alive before this move, but you cannot live like this. This is okay. This is probably necessary. And here, I think the correct answer would be maybe Kosumi. Like, if you want to kill, I think Kosumi is the best. And then maybe you just cut like this. And it already looks like white have problems. Also, I can add that here, this one is center. I think you for sure need to answer. And then it means that there is no cut here. And then white is dead. Like this, it's soft, gives white some space. And now, yeah, now we are trying to cut, but maybe a bit late. And in the end, white even managed to leave there, which is amazing. I think black could play better there. Yeah, okay. Here also, I think I would never play this way. This way, if you play, like if you attach, I think you have to cut. There is some problems with the group, uh, but then the attach by itself is wrong. Maybe it's okay to just play Kosumi, for example, and try to cut, or just don't touch it and try to play attach, for example, first move. And then after this, I think after this everything works. So I don't think there is any problems, even with the cut. I don't know what is the plan also for white. Overall, it doesn't matter. I think black solved this, but this solution feels like it gives option for white to even capture these stones. That was miscalculation for black here. Yeah, also this one is got always here. This one have to leave. Now you have center. You can maybe play Kosumi or whatever. Yeah, now white got big move. Another big move. And now the game becomes close. Yeah, that's correct. This is also fine. Turn, I speak. This is again wrong. I mean, you always need to play here. This is a lot of points just to gain for free. Just capturing this would be great. And like this, it's already getting, the game becomes super close. Also capturing, connecting here is also a big mistake, like just imagining that this is a cut. I can understand that the group is not alive, but first of all, not now. And second of all, if you really want to answer, you can answer like this. For example, to take more points. Score is third of the point. So third of the point, like one is for sure bigger, it's at least a point. Third is smaller. I think also here, this one by itself bigger. This. Just later you can get some moves like A, which if black would push, black get automatically. Also, you get like some moves, some points at F1 and G1. Here is important because it's a half a point. So, yeah, that's also good. I'm thinking there was even here it would be good to play this. This would be just better. I mean, and now you can even play the moves like this. So I think here it would be something like this, and then you can capture 5 points instead of capturing the call. But maybe it's also there's something like time difficulties. I don't know. Yeah, that feels painful. I really want to capture. I really want to play here, but problem that this is probably still dead. So yeah, I have to, and that's painful. And also, I'd get this. I think this one at least maybe it was good to play, but probably this is okay still. I mean, I wanted to play it before. Maybe now, like playing here would be bigger, or just or just playing here or something would be also bigger. But yeah, these two moves like B19 and A6 by itself are bigger, the biggest. And now I guess the game is half a point. Okay. 2 points, half a point, point and a, here is, this is not even a point. I think this is the biggest one. Probably you don't need to connect there, or you do. No, you, okay, that's not a point. That makes sense. And then everything is correct. I think overall, I think white win this game by half, as far as I remember. Yeah, white win by half. So I think here black made a lot of mistakes in endgame, especially not killing this group. This was one about this champ, not killing this group. Second of all, just playing this and this, just getting your stone cut it like this. Like here, at least you're connected. Maybe after this, you're already finished the all position in center and you have a lot of edges. This is second one. And I think the third one was a big mistake in endgame, like here. Just, let's say, connecting instead of playing this. And this way you can get another center move and also connecting the core. This was really small, like connecting, yeah, whatever else, and it would be still enough. For white, I guess here there is would be the biggest one would be just to let it to play like this and don't let black to divide you into two groups, because when there is two groups, like here you get some points by endgame, like here, but afterwards white were struggling a lot with that. I mean, maybe there was other moves where you can handle this a bit better, but still the way that black cuts you and you have to live with two groups, that's really, really difficult. So I would go here for a compromise somehow. And I think like this, if you play here, a game should be close to be even. I don't know. I don't know even whom. Probably I like even white in this situation. Looks kind of okay. I mean, left side is a lot of points, so I think this is would be the good move. Yeah. Do you have questions about this game, or we can move on to the next one? Okay. Let's go to the next one. Um, so, next one is a game between Ludovic Leroy against Emmanuel Falpi. Yeah. This is a kind of new move, and this is okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's kind of a Joseki. There is a lot of options. Like here, you can just defend, for example. You can play like this. I think AI likes this move more, this, and I think this I like more in this position, because you can, like, the Joseki in reality is 1-3, 1-2-3. But here maybe you can skip 3 by playing 1, and then you can play here, and I don't think that black really going to invade, and even so you can easily settle. B6 is also possible. B6, it's also possible. I'm just thinking, 1 second. It looks like yes. I think this can be Joseki. Maybe like this. Should be okay. I wouldn't play it now. And now somehow now the shape doesn't really work that well. I think B6 you can play. Yeah. So just this is easier. I think this is like, I wouldn't, for example, play B6 if there is a black stone. Somehow I don't like if here would be a black stone, I wouldn't play B6. It felt like here this shape is not good by itself. Like you can play it here because when there is corner is white, I don't think that matters. If the corner would be black, I would play some light shape like this. So I usually recommend this one as just like, yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. It looks a bit weird. I would rather play left something like this. This side is like, there is no Moyo at the moment. And there is no point. I mean, this move is not always good. Usually for this move, you also need to build something. For example, let's say in this position, if you have the position like this move looks good because you kind of limit points and also you can build this side. If you just limit one side here, you cannot really build. And also the moyo is not scary. Also, I would consider this. I don't know if there would be something like this, then like invasion, this looks good. But here none of these goals are working, so I would rather play, I don't know, something like this, and there is no moyo at all on the left. Looks like the easy solution. And white should cut this, yeah. Okay, maybe afterwards you should just cut this and connect, and then like here. That's basically a price. This is a follow-up of Joseki. Basically, this is correct, and one is a follow-up to like here. If you play like this, there is a cut. It's impossible to handle. This is really difficult. If we connect, there is also a cut, which is not maybe at the moment doesn't work. But if you play like this or like this, you force black to answer, and now all the shapes, this is kind of a problem. This is not a good shape, not efficient one. Usually this is how you kind of punish black for the shape. This is not a good shape. Usually you need to have a stone on the side, and it's still not optimal. So I'm not really fan of this combo, especially with the stone at A. So maybe something like this you can play sometimes, but there should be like some special reasons. Okay. You should play here. Keima here is a move. I think always Keima. And then the same idea with this. It just would be better. Would be same as Joseki here. Just instead of this, you have a stone a bit further. I didn't comment this game. I didn't expect it. I think this is not necessary. I would rather, if you want to play, I would play here. That Keima feels like too much. Like at the moment, there is nothing, but I feel the shape is problematic. Like, you have a lot of stuff which you need to think about. Maybe at least like some attach should work or something. And like you get a bit few points, and I don't think it worth it. Keima on a fifth line always looks like a bit aggressive. I mean, even now, I will show you a bit move which I usually don't play, but if you play like this, for example, and if you can capture this, this is like this, you capture part of black territory. And if we need to step back, then again, you can capture like some stones. One by itself, bad move, like this one. But if it works, then it just immediately punish the shape. At least against, just because of this, I wouldn't play this game on a fifth line. That looks, yeah, just a bit weak. Okay. That's good. Again, same idea. We don't need any influence. Right now, there is no influence in this game. I think maybe something like this would be okay. Or again, we have the same here. Maybe invasion would be good. This invasion looks good right now. It's putting a lot of pressure. We don't need to build any wall. Like this game, white and black has alive groups in center. Center is useless. So that means cache, you need to focus cache. Yeah, this is good. This is also good. So far the game looks good for black. Yeah. And then just, okay. I think here, just like this, give that few points that finally white managed to build. This is not a lot. I mean, this is 6. And A costs around like 12-15 points. So, I mean, I'm not sure I would play 5. Maybe at this point I would even capture. It feels like it's even bigger. The center is not important, and also black doesn't need to build center. I think here black kind of messed up because of the shape. Like after this, maybe you have to play like this. I'm not sure it's even bad. Maybe this is okay to kind of enclose the points like this, and I don't know how to enclose it. Let's say like this. Maybe this is fine with this exchange, but this honey was too much. And I think now white is happy because now white squeeze everything and black get like 5. Now white is good. Okay. That's fine. Now I think, yeah, now I need to invade. Maybe also for white, I would play something like this and try to defend the area in center. Again, when all groups are alive, the invasions are way easier to make. So here, I think after this, black should be able to leave. It feels like this is the move. I don't know if it works, and then cut, and then try if it works or not, maybe some kind of extension, and then try to extend again. Play on this card and then try to get something if you can. I don't know if it works. Maybe it's my imagination, also can happen. And then try to play something like this. So this is what I would try to find. Maybe it worked, like I show only one variation, maybe white can find something. But like this, I feel like game is kind of over. Yeah, like now, black completely collapsed. And after this, it's impossible to win. And white should also know about that and just play endgame. And I think that was kind of happened until the end of the game. Just white made a blunder and then the game was kind of close. Here I think you can easily kill with this. This is just dead. That was also probably a blunder. But I think here as black, like as white, I would not even consider, like here I would not think. I would just defend no matter what, because it's just easier to defend everywhere if you're ahead by 20. There is no reason to even try to get more. And after this, yeah, you have to give up. That's sad, but yeah. And then the last core, white won it, and white won, I think, by half a point. Yeah, this was a bit luck, but game should be over, and I think after this, game should be over. And if not, if it's like, if there is no variation, I think for black even like this would be okay to defend. Then the game would be close, and then who knows, you can probably even fight back. I think like this, maybe white is ahead by Komi, and it's still a game, you can still try to fight back in future. Yeah. But I feel like by itself, this was the main turning point. It would be okay even to not to touch this Moyo and play like here. I think this is also okay. Like this. Just taking big move and ask what white is really going to build here. I don't think white is happy with this kind of Moyo. It's not even territory. So I would also consider to play like this. And then you can destroy. You don't need to do anything here. This is already looks pretty okay for black. Yeah. And for white, I'm just thinking what is the biggest mistakes for white. I think this is just taking too much center. Like in this game, center is probably would worse less because all have entrance to the center. So for you, it's way better to just focus cash. I would be really considering the moves like this here, or invasion, or just moves that, I mean, if in this position also you can invade, because attack is not build you a huge area, so also attack or invade, just invasion like this would be super powerful strategy. Taking the center here looks like at some point you will have questions what to do with that. Yeah, that's kind of all for about this one. Do you have maybe some questions? Okay, then let's go to the next one. Um, so next one is the game made you capable against Fuseki 3. Okay, so that's fine. Jump, sure. I think you should answer here. This is a good answer always. This group will manage somehow. I think in the end you can even sacrifice it, even now. I think it's okay. But I don't think it's has any sign of dying here. Like you have some, I don't know what is the plan here. Maybe you can just attach and see what happens. Try to cut. I mean, even cut should be okay here. I don't know what happens afterwards, but I don't see white. Maybe I see white dying, but I don't see white is having a bad result here. Should be okay. Sometimes in this situation, you have to believe that you will find the answer later. In this kind of fight, a lot of unclear things still. But I know if you play here, it's clearly bad. You get double Hane, and then black is happy. So you never let it. Like you have to believe that you will find a way, or you find some compromises. This is just too good for black. And now there is another problem, which I don't know how to make it. It's this one, and the cut, or even maybe you can kill it. So if it's possible, have to take, and then black can get really a lot from this. Yeah, now I think it's even more powerful. Everything is just falling apart. Maybe even like this. No, this is too much. Okay, just like this, but it's still a lot of points. I think black tried to do it, but a bit late. And now it's not as dangerous as it was before. Okay. There is a kind of a rule that after you play here, the next move is this one, and you get like this. This is like a bit rude to play like this, but this is the shape, only shape it works in this situation. After this, black shape is kind of not so good. So here you have to play this Kosumi and play the shape like this, and then try to build the shape. It's a bit better in this way. I mean, even now I think it would be better in any case. That's good. I think white played pretty well here. Maybe also for black, it would be okay to extend. There is still a cut, or even if, let's say, black would answer, you can still cut later, or like this. I don't know, I don't think you need to do it now. Maybe just Atari, I would play like this, and then maybe even just Tiger Mouse. I think that's good. Just to play like this looks good. You don't need to play, maybe even Atari, I don't want to play just like this. It's already good. And so later you kind of put a streak about this cut, it's still a problem. So this is an easy solution. I think black already Like you don't expect much to get when you play here, mainly to build nice shape in center. And in a game, I think, or like this, it was already a good shape. You cannot rely for more. And this is too much because now I feel like this shape can die. Or it's very close to die. This feels like death. Maybe I don't know how to solve it. I don't know if it's possible to solve. It feels like this is already too much. And after this, maybe now play the moves like 3 to try to get some center moves. Maybe it helps. Maybe this way you can hope for some solution like this, for example. And then it's not so bad. Because now I feel like situation is kind of hopeless. Yeah, I feel like after this, it's more the situation is go on. This is looks like Black's died, and then the other group here, it's not dead at the moment, but the way it lived is not good. Also, for White, yeah, okay, this game is good. Jump is fine, and then if White is alive, basically White won the game. I think White should even just finish the shape, just like this. To be sure it's alive, I would just finish because this is a lot of points. I think this is way more than Black can ever build. Also Komi plus, if I can imagine, this is also center, so it's like even bigger. And this is a bit too much to try to kill. Not to kill, but even take the top. Maybe now there is a chance. Oh, I didn't see. This group is also connected. Oh, yeah, so that's kind of over. Now I don't see even the chance to come back. Yeah, this game is not winnable. Whatever, I didn't see that it's connected, yes. I mean, Black is trying something. How it's even happening. Yeah, for White, I would even play here. I don't know, like this. Just to connect. This Black wants to have for sure. I mean, I can give, as White, I can give now everything. It doesn't really matter. As far as there is no difficult variations, and I don't know how difficult is this. It looks like some variations, so can it die? Probably not. Yeah, it's not dying. So basically it's not really variations. I mean, there was some difficulties. Probably I would play more simple, but I think this is... You cannot hope for more, in fact. Maybe try to pincer. Maybe better chances. But I think here was the really important thing. Like right now, game is more or less even. And at this point, I think it's important to understand that this is an overplay because you cannot need to build a good shape in center. So maybe just like this. This is, by the way, also okay. Play like this and then just take Tenuki and play elsewhere. Also can be fine. But this was an overplay. And then here, this was second losing move because after this move, you kind of declare that this group is big and you cannot really give it away. So at this point, maybe if you play like this, White will take 3 stones. Maybe it's still good for White, but at least it's a game. You don't give such a big group. After this, I don't think there is a way back. Like basically you have to leave and then it's not alive and the game is over. I'm just thinking I start to see some combination. I don't know if it works. If you play like this, and then you will try maybe to get this one. Don't know if it really works, but for example here you can play around this and maybe for example you need to play some moves like here maybe just to know it works. It's not so easy, but maybe you can get 9 at least in center and then you can leave. I think overall it feels like this is the key move. Like you need to play just this, and this. This is the shape, and then afterwards, I mean, you can just maybe leave or play around this. This looks like interesting strategy. Here it doesn't work, but I feel like there is an option how you can do it. So this is maybe the move how to solve everything. But this was again unnecessary. And yeah, sometimes you find this kind of cool move, sometimes not. So you cannot really rely on that. Yeah. And after this, I think game is kind of over. For white, I think here the main thing was this honey. No matter what happens with this group, after this there is like a lot of variation to settle the position. Like, I think white in this kind of fight, I think if you check with AI, there would be like 5 positions or 5 moves right now how to settle this by just playing here, for example. Even this might be okay. It doesn't look that bad even now. But I think one you have to play because that shape is really important. Like when black gets that Hane, black build top, your group lose a lot of points, and then afterwards you also need to leave small. So problem with shape. It's too many reasons to play one. Yeah. Okay. With this one, that's all. Do you have maybe questions here? Okay. So let's go to the next one then. So next one is Fuseke 3 against Emmanuel Fabri. Okay. I think you should just push and Keima. This is a Joseki. And this is a bit locally better for white. Yeah. 2 points or so. It's not really a big deal. Maybe black can handle this. I mean, I like this for white because there is no weak points. I mean, this is just looking good everywhere. Like this. Okay. So decided to take Tenuk, which is fine. Sure. I think I would try to play here. There is no reason not to play this. This is a Joseki, and I'm just thinking, what are the options? So let's try the most simple one. Even there is like, I'm just even thinking, I think there is no even variations. You are always playing here. There is no other choices. And then it's like this. And this is a Joseki. It's not like you can play after this situation. I don't think there is a even choice. Or there is? I'm just wondering. This. Can you cut here? It's interesting. I never thought about that. Like this, capture this. Maybe it's possible to play like this. Don't know. To be honest, I'm not even sure. But even now you can play it. I don't think now it's okay. This, maybe you don't get 5, but it's still better to push it 1. It just gives you 2 points more. Maybe also 2 points more plus some follow-up. Like in this case, even 5 is more likely center, and then you can get 7. Then just a few points better locally. And always the shape is here. This is important because this pip is center, and you want to answer, and then afterwards you need to have a connection. In this situation, I think this is a problem. right now I feel like really white is not dying, but here white is under attack. So that's a problem here. You can maybe also keep. I think it's okay maybe to even not keep, but just play here. This is already looks kind of a problem. I don't know. Maybe now there is a chance that you can see something like this happening. But I don't think this is good for white. But also this is not for this is for sure not good for white. Maybe this is a compromise. But shape is just broken there. This looks weird somehow. I think I would always play this. It feels like this is the correct one somehow. Like just there is some follow-up. If you play something like this, it means that there is some edge in corner. So like following with the move at A, at least you can get B in center. So it's not only about points and making the side, it's about to make this group way more stronger. Even if white will play here, I think this is a lot of value you get just by playing this. And then even if white, let's say, gets center, you get afterwards something like p19, and you get still a lot of points. So I think this is even better for black. Just looks like normal shape. Otherwise, I would not play there at all and would just take a big move on this side. I don't think that like I don't want to finish with this kind of shape in my side. This. It's not like the goal I want to build. This looks sad. So I want to have something like maybe answering once and let's say like this. Maybe this is, would be okay. This also looks like weird spot. Oh, this is open. The border is open, so you don't want to really play there. I don't know where to play. I think I would invade. Maybe this way. Now it looks okay. Maybe also you can get it now. I don't think. I mean, this is painful, but I don't think white is there to play it now. And maybe you can get this, and then you can come back. And then I think you get something for free. I think this is already good enough. Yeah. Well, this one is strange. I'm just thinking. I think there is some magic here. For example, this way. You can try to use it. This is the shape. This one. And it's not really connected. And I think like this. If you play here, if we cut, we extend down. And there is a lot of problems. Like I feel like white have to go some compromise like this. And on this one you play here. There is a problem with the shape, especially with the next jump. So that's why I don't want to jump here. I don't know, maybe I would just play something else. I just remember that the shapes has the problems. Maybe at the moment I wouldn't use it. Also for white, just attaching like this doesn't make any sense. I think knowing the problem in the shape, I would play here. And then just connect. And this Moyo, I don't really care much at this stage. I don't think black can enclose that much that I will care. Like black will play there, I will play something like this. I don't think ever it will be big. So it can be big only if you play like this and then if we push each other. Like here, now suddenly it becomes big. Because by building this 20 points, you also get 20 here. So I think this is like just losing strategy to play like this. Yeah. Yeah, that's might be too much. Okay. We are kind of entering in game, and I think here for sure you need to play this. Now this is kind of a screaming move. I think this is like super big, probably the biggest one you can get. This exchange just looks like a minuses. It just helps the black to solve the problem. Okay. Here I think you should just defend. I mean, anyway, you are planning to extend, or yeah, I think extend, and then play in the next big move. So there is no reason to make this kind of bad shape, which you probably like. You already after this you have to solve it, and it's still not solved. I'm pretty sure there is a lot of things starting with this move. I don't know how to answer. There is suddenly, I mean, you have to answer here, and then what to do afterwards. I mean, at that moment, let's say it doesn't work because you can connect here. But if we start with this, then most likely you have to play 4. And then it's already not so fun anymore. You lose a lot of points somewhere there. Even maybe just jump is already a problem. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Yeah, basically this is still there. This. I don't think you can defend from this side. Looks impossible somehow. I think you can even play this. And this is like, yeah, everything is just falling apart. Yeah, here, this was a mistake. This L18. Now you get a big endgame on the right, and basically you get something from it. Here, I guess it would be better to connect. Just if you connect, this way you get center and you can play the next big move or top, like here. This way white get option to play this move by itself, and it makes a difference. I think like this the game is way closer. Yeah. I don't remember. I think this is also half a point, or it's close game. I don't really remember how close it was. It looks like a close. Everything looks close, but it doesn't really work at the moment. It was working before, but now, yeah, a lot of cost rates. And also now a lot of spent cost rates, so yeah. But I think probably Blake is ahead by a few points here. I think mainly in this game, this was a mistake just by a lot not to play there. I think just to make these problems with A and B, you give a lot of options to read there. I think it's possible to find something. And then also, I didn't like this shape on top. And that was kind of, I think after that, it makes this stone a bit weird. But that was probably all. For white, I didn't like I didn't like this shape. It should be here. This is a Joseki. And the second one, I think just both of the players ignored this invasion. by itself. I don't think black can defend. I mean, maybe black can defend like this, but white takes a lot of points. So I don't like this a lot, because now this is all cash on the bottom, and that makes a big difference. I think this way game becomes kind of easier for black afterwards. Yeah, and that's maybe all. Yeah, that's I think all. Do you have questions about this game? It moves 35. Let's move here. Okay, it moves 35. Was Q7 conceivable? Q7. That looks way better than before, than in previous game, for sure. But still, like, I don't know. I don't really want to build that much wall here. I mean, probably that's okay. This I like way more, for example, than playing this. I don't like one. I like. I think in this case, maybe even now I still like more this, but I'm not even sure. Maybe still even now I like this more. To just jump. It feels like Q7 is a correct move here. Because anyway, you don't want to build a side, so I like 1-3 way more. And like this, you can block here. So I feel like this is a correct one. Maybe this is even better. So locally, probably this is a good move. Just instead of that moment, maybe it's also okay. I mean, shouldn't be that bad. Should be okay. Can black Hane at b2? You can. You can play like this and play Tenuki. Just what to do. Like if the combo is like this, then yes, then you can Hana and you can get center if you really want to. That's not bad. That's okay to play like 1, 2, 3, and then play completely Tenuki. That's fine. Or is R3 or Q5 the better point to choose? R3 or Q5? I didn't. Then maybe I'm just telling you the wrong one. Then when to Hana is P2. Like it depends. If you want to play endgame, P2 is big. Like right now, it depends if there is any value in a cut of these two stones. For example, if you need to cut them, then the combo is like this. And most likely you will see that it will be something like this, and you cut. And or white will give up a huge corner. That's kind of the problem there. So this is, you can play this combo only when you really need to cut. I think in this situation, maybe even in this game, there was no really chance to cut. But you can try to make the game flow this way that cut is important. You can maybe exchange it now, for example, and try to push. Then the cut is there, and maybe you can get more value because you can capture. Yeah, something like this. About P2, P2 is just big endgame, just big, let's say, Hunter, like move which is Gotha. You can also do it in that way, just by, let's say, we play something, you get center, and you can even consider maybe now it's too slow, and afterwards it doesn't make any sense. So P2, you just didn't have the chance. Maybe now. I think in this position, most likely, if I want to defend, I would just play P2 now. I think it's okay. And afterwards, you have still a follow-up with the corner. I don't believe in a lot of points on the left for white. Because when black is strong everywhere, yeah, you can just play some move, and that area becomes way smaller than in a game. So it would be really way easier just by itself to destroy it. In a game, just black decided to split points. In the end, both anyway, white and black get same. But I'm not sure it's even necessary. I would just most likely wouldn't build points there as white and as black. I would just take the big moves. Yeah. And yeah, about I think with R5 and R3 and Q5 I explained. Do you have other questions? Okay, let's move on then. So, uh, next one is Ludovic Leroy against Matthew Kepa. So, this is Joseki, cannot be bad. That's okay. It's also Joseki. So far, I think game is fine. About this one, I'm not sure. I think here you want to have a stone at 1, just to put the pressure on this stone. It feels like, I think even from my perspective, this is might be mistake. AI might say that this is okay, but I'm not really confident in this kind of positions, for example. It feels already a bit difficult for black. In reality, this is even. But you know, hard to use this kind of group, how to be sure that this is a group that is super alive or something. And if you play here, it's already a pincer, this is gote, so you don't have any problems and you still put a lot of pressure. Okay, this is clearly no. It cannot be good. Like at this point, these two stones are not absolutely alive. And just if you want to play, you can play, for example, like this, and something like this. This is way more proactive. This way, or even I think even this one is better. So you can still have a lot of center moves later. Just by this exchange, you don't defend. There is still a problem at A. The shape, black shape, is terrible there. So, but you already make white super strong. So I wouldn't play like that. Okay. Maybe this is too much. I feel like I would just attach and try to kind of live with the group. I mean, this is would be one. If it doesn't work, then I guess just have to run and give this 3 stones. This 3 stones by itself, they are not really important. In this case, if you want to capture them, that's okay for white. So just run and try to live somehow. I think it should be okay. This is a bit risky. Yeah, this cut, somehow it works. Yeah, it feels like that kind of white give up a lot of points there. Okay. This cut is too much for sure. I think right now, maybe if like if the situation is like this, I guess black is ahead, but not ahead by a lot. If you just jump with this group, situation is fine. It's still playable. And then let's say you leave somehow. I think bottom side is big, and if you need to settle only one group, game is relatively close. Like this, it feels like now we cut and we get nothing from this cut because this group is alive, top is also alive, so that's kind of really weak move in the fight. And this also looks like an overplay. Maybe now I feel like this is the correct one. Like if you play like this, it feels again if we compare the groups, A and B, B has a base, A doesn't have a base. Also with 1 you put a pressure on the left. B, you can sacrifice, A you never sacrifice. That's why it means that A is way more important and weaker, and you need to play from that one. And also if white will live, it doesn't really matter. Let's say white is alive. Okay, white managed to live with this group. That's fine. What to do with the group at B? You can still play something like this, and I'm not sure it's alive. I mean, maybe it will be, but it will really, really suffer. And I think that's what black wants. Also, top is looking dead. I think this is dead also. Like this should be dead. Yeah. So in this case, that's why also 1 is super important. Somehow it's alive. Okay. Somehow it's alive in center. That's not okay already. That's already too much. I think it's okay not to answer at this point. Like if you play, you can still ignore this. You can jump. Corner will not die. So I think that means that white never take 2 until the late game. So now you don't need to play there, because that's just kind of making situation way more simple for white. Okay. Like here, attach, usually not good, but here maybe already black is a target, so we are kind of okay with attach. We make white stronger, and we also become stronger, then it's fine. Okay. Looks a bit crazy. That's super weird. I think here white should play first this. Like you need to leave with that and then try to cut. That cut is gotta. It means that afterwards maybe this all cutting group is dying. So you need to be super careful with this. Like now, if it's gotta, like, it's center. I think I would play like this way. And maybe I would play like this, just to be sure that this is kind of center. And if, let's say, if it's like this, then I connect, and then afterwards I try to kill. If we cut, I play the same. For example, this, or this, and then escape. And then you give up some points with this ladder, but if you kill the cutting points, I think that's really doesn't matter. And this is the idea how you can really play there. Like this. I mean, that's also okay, I guess. Now you can capture. Maybe now you just can kill it. I think this was kind of the game afterwards. Yeah. The group is alive. That's sad. Yeah, I want to really kill it. Maybe you need to play the other move, but it doesn't really matter. Then I think you don't need to cut. Probably just to leave would be better, if it's not possible. Because it feels like in this situation, you finished in Gote. If you finish like this, then you can still come back and kill the corner. Just 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Maybe just like this. Probably is dead. This looks dead. And this way, that's probably over. Or we just need to live with this, let's say, and then you can kill. And then it's also probably good for black. This is the last chance where it could be easier, because now After these exchanges, there's not enough liberties, you have to answer, and then the situation becomes that black and white manage to live. Yeah, and here black kind of white lived, and then white just killed the group. And there is no way to live afterwards, I guess. I'm just thinking there is some options. For example, you play like this, play this one. And now if we capture, do we have the option to do something? 1, 2. Yeah, we have option to leave or not. There should be an option to leave somehow. But I don't see it now. Like here you can play this and this doesn't work. In a game it was not so clear. Like here, or it was a clear one. Yeah, this was clear. So you cannot really do much. So it was that. No, no chance here. It's completely dead. And I think this is the game with the blunder. Right now, if black connects, white connects, let's say, and leave with the group, or like how it was in the game, and then play 5, and the game is still okay. Most likely it's still playable. I like white, but game is still playable. I think here, first of all, white made a lot of, like this cut was kind of a mistake, and also the next cut was a mistake. You are having too many weak groups. And even now the group is dead. I don't think this group is alive. If you just play like this, I don't think this is close to be alive. Maybe there is some semi-eye, but I don't believe in this any kind of semi-eye here. And also I don't think there is any. It's just dead. So just creating so many groups was a problem, and maybe black could try to spend some time and try to kill it. Just try to think about that. That was the problem. I understand why, because white feeling is that he's behind, but this usually a bit risky strategy. And for black, the strategy was to run with this group first, and not like at this point. I think fight was in the end kind of still playable for black, but black played one move with the wrong direction, which is A, and then also get a pass on the top, like O19 give you some points, doesn't give you any value. So that was probably the losing one. And after that, there was still a game most likely even, and there was some chances where black most likely could kill something, but yeah, that was already even fight. Basically, both made mistakes, and in the end, the last mistake made black by just blunder. Also, about this move, it's clearly that there is something. But this move looks suspicious. I would really think a lot, and it's not like there is not options how to answer. I think you can play maybe the moves. Can you try to kill it in a way? For example, you play here, and this is annoying already, and this is, does it help? Let's say like this, 1, 2, 3. This is already not dead. Yeah. So if it's like this, it's already not dead, basically. And if we don't answer, then you can go like here, here, and this is dead. So this by itself could be a solution. You can even defend in center like this. And then we cannot really kill this. Yeah. So this would be the move where you can kind of settle everything in center. Yeah. This would make a big difference. Now you can invade, or even in a game it was even possible to capture top. Basically in this situation, or no, you cannot capture top. Basically you have center and then you can invade. So like this, and the game is most likely even. Yeah, that's kind of all about this. Do you have questions about this game? So Then let's go to the next one. Next one is the last one already. So last one is game between Ludovic Leroy against Fuseke 3. So okay, that's fine. It's a lot of influence. This looks okay. Not sure about this. Probably that's fine. The game by itself looks difficult, so I don't know where to play. Most likely I would play the same, because I don't know what to do in this game, like in this particular position. That's mainly the reason why people don't like to take influence, because of difficult decisions. I think I would play something like this as black. For sure I wouldn't connect, that looks soft. So feels like white is happy. I really want to attack this wall. I would be one thing what I want to play is to play A. A looks like the vital point. I don't know if I can play it just immediately. I'm afraid of the some counterplay, so I would try to play this one and then aim to A. This way, yeah, it feels like it's just somehow you get few more points, but now the fight looks good for white. Also, I don't know, I feel like I would even answer here. Um, Somehow I don't, well, maybe cut. It's hard to say. Okay, let's say we cut. I don't think it really matters. Maybe both are good. This attach is not good. I think you should answer. This is clear. I mean, yeah, we are connected, but you can still put a lot of pressure on this group. So, or maybe even you can connect like this. This is even all connected. And then black needs to play here, and then if you want, you play 3. And this is the combo. I mean, 1-2 is super important to get. Like this, black kind of capture. Okay. I mean, black can play here. And that makes the situation a bit more difficult. Think like this. You have to, like this kind of break all this. You can even play here. We have to come back and then, or let's say here. Have to come back and then we can try to attack the same way. Or maybe we can just play something like this, which is also would be okay, and then just jump. I think this is not what really white wants. So yeah. And black missed a chance by not playing there. This Hane doesn't make any sense. You need to play this. Maybe also Hane from this side. I think Hane is even better. Anyway, you need to answer, and basically afterwards it would be like this. Or if we answer, it would be like this. And that's also a problem for white. Okay, that's forced. Here, I guess you need to run. I mean, I really want to answer once. I'm not sure I want to answer here or not. Maybe. The reality is that this life is not as good as you think. Like, yeah, it's alive, but it's gote, and it's just few points. And you still, like, you can get few points, but you give 5, there is a lot of cuts. Maybe no need to kill it just right away. For sure, I would answer once. Because now capturing center, I think this one is gote. You can play elsewhere. If it's like this and all moves are center, it's clearly good for white. Okay. Oh, this combo is wrong. Here, if There is no danger in the corner. We never push, only in endgame. At this point, we don't touch it. There is still a possibility to play at least like this, and this we keep. So in this case, if you want, you can play hero. If white block, it's not affecting corner, just by endgame. So this way, this combo is wrong because now you don't need to play on the top side. It's already small. You can get this. There is no point to destroy it. So after this, I think some move like in the center would be logical. And now it makes a lot of sense. This way, I think also white should just jump. If black really wants to connect, that's not really a problem. I mean, I'm okay to give this kind of connection. That's just connection the first line with almost no points. I think this is not good. So you don't need to cut, because this cut by itself doesn't build any points. It just cut by cut. Just cut because you can attack later. Yeah, same here. I would answer. If you want to connect like this, it's even less points. I mean, you can push. This is not points. This is just connection with 0 points. And then you can get another big move. Defend center somehow. It's a bit greedy. I mean, maybe something like here would be okay. I think it's even enough. But that's fine. I mean, maybe white is not really confident about the status. But killing here, I don't know. I'm not believing. I think this kill is never good. I don't really believe in that. Maybe it's a mistake. But let's say we play like this. I would be really afraid of some moves like this and then cut. I don't know. It feels like already there is some problem. It already looks crazy about killing. So I wouldn't ever afraid that this group is dead. It feels like it's never dead. This is too much to kill this. Somehow, maybe you can connect, but I don't think you need to try to kill. That's a bit too much. And also, this is too much. First, you need to capture points. Like, better not to try to kill. That's really going over. Like, at this point, the group is not alive, and that's it. Maybe it's okay not to exchange A for B. That's okay, because this group is not alive, and then you keep the other group alive, that's okay. But this one is more easy way. You get a lot of cash. If black answer, you can attack the other group. But you don't need to play inside by 3. 3 is just wasting a move. And that's kind of make the game a bit more complicated. Yeah. Like even now, I think, even if black is alive, this is A18. This is we kind of waste A18 for the moves which are giving points for black. Yeah. Maybe also now, I don't know about this jump. Maybe it's good idea to really try to put pressure, get center, and try to live with both groups. This is the only way how black can win this. I don't think it ever happens if white can capture top. So something went wrong here, but I think, yeah, somehow black collapsed here. But I don't know how to make it work. Maybe just cut or something, but it's not easy. It feels like already situation is kind of hopeless. And this way it's not really looking better. And now I think I would just capture. When you play this kind of game and you kill such a big group, I think this is way enough. If maybe there is some endgame, it's not even working, so it's okay. There is nothing. If it's dead, I think white has enough points, like way enough. There is no need to play this extra for... I mean, I don't know if the group is alive, but when I'm just winning by so much, I really want to make it simple. And here there was kind of some, let's say, good endgame from black, and that makes the game a bit more closer. In this game it was not really important because still the group was too big. Yeah. And also in this game, endgame is kind of doesn't really help. I think in this position, I would really defend. I think this was kind of the turning point where black could... I mean, I'm always happy to force kill this kind of groups. This is very difficult to kill. Like, even if it's dead, you can still have a stone here and it's already can be okay. Like, that corner, it's not really a big deal if it's even dies. You can get a lot of value by just making bad shapes out of white there. So I think this is a good one. And maybe now it's a good not to touch it and just leave. If you would leave, you like when there is two groups, A and B, it's better to live with both groups separately. Then they don't really, you don't need to run and push into other group. Then this group has way more chances to live. Now maybe it will leave and then the game would be more or less even. I think it can be even good after this white play inside. So now it looks not easy game for white. And when black tried to run away, now the game looks good because black is kind of forced to play inside, like to run and kill the other group. And after this, I guess the game is more or less over. Yeah, that was most important thing. And I think for one thing which is good to think about is about just do you need to cut or not? Very often it's better to leave this possibility of the cut. I mean, if you connect, you make a lot of moves which are on the second line doing nothing. I think like this, white is super happy by connecting and capturing the whole left side. And the same for black. This is not clearly a street. I think right now, jumping, you are destroying a lot of the center, and by connecting, you don't get that much. Okay, for this game, that's all. Do you have questions about this? Okay, no question then. Yeah, thanks everyone for joining and see you next time. Have a nice evening.